It don't, it do, and it do what it do.
It would it don't, it don't. That's it. It don't do what
Some
it do.
motherfuckers kindred spirits
And
out
it
there
be
in the
what it
Midwest.
like, and it like that what it be.
Yeah, word. Do people still say word?
No,
I
niggas
still
don't
say
say word, bro.
No, I still
niggas
say
don't
word.
say word no more.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it.
I still
Get out
say
the trap
word.
with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it.
I say words
That's why
all
I'm
the
mad
time.
with it.
That's the you know I ain't fucking with you. Whatever
That's why
you
I'm
just
mad
said,
with it.
let's just move on. Word?
That's where I'm at. Okay, you chasing clout? Oh no way, your shit turn.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So I'm gonna get a trouble podcast. It's your boy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This motherfucker just rolled up on us.
Put the camera out and everything.
I have no idea.
I left my phone in the bathroom, and I was like, "Oh shit, that shit's gonna ring." I had to run and go get it.
And I just shit myself, so I need to go to the bathroom right now. I was ready for the intro.
Welcome,
ladies and gentlemen. It's the I'm gonna get in trouble podcast. I'm your boy Eddie Liles. Lloyd Lee is in the building. Finally, Lloyd Lee is here. We got SG. The whole cast is here. And then we got our guest for the day, Miss Stiletto. Miss Stiletto. One name says it all. Let them fingers out though. Let them fingers out, dog.
On my Edward Scissorhand.
Listen, I was really about to get in trouble, but I was like, nah, I don't know if Stiletto like me like that. Yo, I ain't gonna say shit.
She don't.
No, I saw a meme that actually perfectly discusses this particular topic. It said a pair of nails. It's probably about like my length, like that, and then some like stiletto, so it's super long. And on the meme, all it said was how I imagine girls. Nails like mine, it says clean. Nails like stiletto, still poopy. Stiletto, can you fill me in on this? Like, is that how do y'all do it?
I lied. People always ask. They be like, "Well, how do you wipe?" With your nails?
That's a weird opening question.
Yeah,
yo,
it's a great
hard-hitting questions is what I'm.
Let that one ride. I want to hear the answer to this one.
Right. The answer to that is that I use toilet paper, right? Like I don't understand. Are you putting your finger? Are you scraping the inside of your ass with your fingers? Like I don't understand.
No,
why
I don't. It's like
there would be any type of feces or anything else under your nails.
They're like the claw machines. I don't understand how it works. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know what anybody else does, but if I can play with other places, then I'm sure that I can make sure that my ass is clean as well. So I'm not sure, I've seen some very short, dirty nails. Underneath of them is really nasty.
Very true.
So, but that's just me. But yeah, people always ask that question. They always ask, how do you do this and how do you do that? And it's like, you act like it's a disability. I'm okay. With one arm shorter than the other, I think I got
it. Yeah. Dude, hold on. So do you you gotta purposely wrap that shit around your finger and then slide it? Because no, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. You just asked you asked the question. I gotta answer it. You said, do you put your fingers when you wipe your I do. I take my fingers and I ride it.
Your ass? Is that what you're telling us?
No, it's like a swipe.
It's like a scraping.
Yeah, it's like a scrape.
Yeah, you slide past. No, we all saying the same thing. Don't try to put it on Eddie. Don't try to put it on Eddie, nigga. You slide this shit. You get your fingers and you slide it right through the crack. Bow. Right there.
Slide it, but you had one finger and then you.
No, I'm asking you. Do you do one finger and slide?
Lloyd's got it. Lloyd's got it. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
There you go. See, okay. I see the ninja move you did.
Yeah, that's.
I'm asking. I ain't got nails. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Because with men,
you can't get around that. You have one finger. I'm not sure what you're doing with that finger.
Because with men, we ain't got fingernails, so we just can kind of just grip the thing and just
and you just slide it through. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how females do. I've never looked at a female.
Do you think that females' butts are different?
I don't know how y'all motherfuckers do this shit with them nails. That's what I'm saying.
No, because especially that's the thing. Can we look, Stiletto? If we're gonna be real about some things,
right? We don't know all this shit.
Your potential for puncturing the TP is significantly higher than mine.
Well, if you know a lot about women, we use a lot of toilet paper. Period. So
No.
maybe I'm not sure exactly.
That's what I'm
how
saying.
much
Does it
wrapping
increase
it,
your toilet
but
paper
my
usage?
hands don't go through.
Hold
They
on,
never
hold on.
have.
Watch this. Watch this though. Watch this. Stiletto. Do you know that like when dudes start to pee, we can't stop? Did you know that?
I've never tried to make a man stop.
That's my
peeing.
point. We don't know what y'all do in the bathroom.
Good kid.
That's
Good
what
kid.
I'm saying.
She's my favorite
Okay,
now.
well, I mean, the ass works the same as
We don't know. I don't know.
I'm just.
It's a vagina down there. I don't
I
know.
want you to be aware that that area is very. We're twinning. Okay, it's the
I've
same thing.
eaten a lot of
Yeah.
pussy in my day, and the pussy and the butthole, they not that far away. So I don't know what happens with y'all.
But
you
you
know what I'm
don't
saying?
bring both of them together at any point. And if she does, then her nails are probably nasty. Like you can never wipe the wrong person. Like they go in two different directions when
I think we need to
I'm about to go-
normalize bidets, dog. We just
Yo,
need to
bidets are the
normalize that.
shit, though, bro.
That's one thing
Bidets are the
that we
shit. I'm not
get
gonna lie.
significantly incorrect here in America.
What, the bidet?
Yes,
Yeah.
we act
Yeah.
like it's this big taboo thing. I know I did. I was like, I ain't doing that. I ain't gay or whatever.
Yeah,
else.
then I
And
did
then
that shit.
it splashed right up in my beehole, and I was like, oh, I get it.
yeah. You should. It's a pleasant experience. It's
I
very
mean,
cleansing.
it does
Okay, I
feel like
wasn't
The
saying it that
bidet
much.
thing, you
I was-
perverts.
it definitely feels like
I wasn't saying it the way you two were saying it. I was saying I was clean. That's what
Yeah.
I was saying.
I'm
Yeah,
I
power
was saying,
washing. I'm literally
Exactly.
power
Yeah,
washing my
butthole.
underside. Like it's
I
very.
didn't
Exactly
was
what
like,
I'm saying.
ooh, that feels nice. I didn't
That's
do
what I
all
was
that,
saying.
bro.
You guys are perverts.
Something's wrong with you, Terrance. You just said it felt nice, buddy.
I did
Yeah.
that intentionally for comedic factor. I'm still
Nah, nigga.
fascinated by
Nah,
Stiletto's
nigga.
nails.
Don't
Like
do
I
that.
understand that it's probably the same, but I can't
Right.
comprehend that just because the tips like terrify me.
Yeah, it's the
It's
dexterity of it.
They
Like the lack.
terrify you.
Men, we lack the
Yes.
physical dexterity to
I'm
have
about to be
fingernails.
35 and zippers still scare the shit out of me.
See, I can understand though, because it can be difficult, especially like I've been growing my nails forever. So the fact that they're mine, it is definitely a difference than if they were like false tips on top. Like these are just my nail with the
I didn't
acrylic
even know
overlay on it.
that.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like a part of you. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel different unless, you know, like I've had tips on and I can understand that it's hard to type, it's hard to do these things, but
Yeah, that's what I find.
You chose the right profession.
That's what I find very interesting. When like women have long nails and like they use their phones differently. Like they don't even
Yes.
use their fingers. They use like the first
Everything.
knuckle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I
you learn
wondered
to-
about
you
the
learn to work
B-hole.
around everything, opening cans.
You
doing all
can't
types
say
of
that
stuff.
my curiosity wasn't grounded in science.
That's you know what? Good question.
I think nothing you ask is grounded really anywhere.
That was had
but
nowhere
definitely
with
not the
science
sciences. Definitely
like,
not
what
the
the fuck? You Ocho versus science now? Shut the fuck
Wow.
up. Shut
Wow.
the fuck up, Terrance.
It
Go
really do
box
be your
somebody.
own people. It really do be your own people. Just hating on you.
So, Stiletto, let's get into the real fucking scenario of this comedy shit, right? So, Stiletto has her own, I don't know, what do you call it? Because I don't want to say it incorrect. Like, what do you call your live show? Like, you do a live show on Facebook. And
I do. It's an interactive podcast. That's what I call it. Interactive podcast, cocktail and combo every single Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah.
so are y'all putting this on audio or y'all just doing it on video? Because I tried to look for you on audio.
Yeah, for the most part, I do have it on both. I mean, it's on what is it? Goodness. I forget the name. Jeez, I've been drinking. I need to stop. But it's on YouTube and it's on iHeartRadio. So that's the audio portion of it sometimes. But for the most part, it is very interactive. And so it's video. So people can see our facial expression. They can talk to it. They can, you know, they feel very included. They comment and say some very interesting things every
Yeah, I've been on it.
How you wipe your butthole though?
in
the comments.
Listen, if I said that on my show, somebody would be like, "Can I wipe your butthole? Don't even worry about using it." And you're like, get real weird, real quick. You're like, "What?" No.
So you're getting Pornhub comments on cocktails and convo.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like
Yes.
I've been on it. I've been on it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, yo, like it, and that brings us to another question that I was gonna have later. But I'll bring it up now. Like the female dynamic in comedy, right? Like the prettier the female, the more weird comments become. Like, is it like how do y'all navigate that shit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm ugly because I'm tall, so I'm pretty. You know what I'm saying? To short people, but hey, I'm just telling you, fam. Like, short girls like climbing trees, bro. That's all you gotta remember.
This is true. This is true.
So, but I've never.
That's
Some of the things that female comics talk about. Shut up. Some of the things that female comics talk about that are in their comics, like, yo, send me pictures of your fucking feet. I'll give you $50.
Yeah.
You haven't even shown your feet.
I really do get that a lot.
This is a real, like, this shit is so weird to me, bro. Like, it'd be one thing if like it was an Instagram girl and she was putting her feet up on. This is a comedian who's showing only her fucking shoulders and head, and they're like, hey. Send me a picture of your feet, though.
Right.
Hey, Lloyd. Hey, Lloyd.
Hey, I'm trying to get some sponsorship in this bitch. Here we go. I can't even stretch this shit.
Hey, Lloyd.
The sad part about it is there's probably somebody out there that paused this video to diddle themselves at some point. That's the world we live in.
Like, but no, so like, how do you navigate that? Like, do you just like, do you gotta like shit on people? Do you gotta be like, oh, that was funny?
I like to be real comedic with it. You know, my responses back. Like, if you ask me to show you my feet, like just do some weird shit, I'm like, show me yours first. Matter of fact, put them out the window. Like, I'm gonna ask you to do some crazy shit just because if you're, you know, bothering me with bullshit, I might as well be entertained. That's how I feel.
But $50,
I would just give them like
do it.
hearts, like, oh, thank you, oh, you know, you give them that, oh, I appreciate you, but.
Bless your heart. Yeah. That's basically
right. Bless your ignorant ass heart. That's how
I feel so bad for y'all.
I feel like there's a business opportunity that you're missing here that we're all missing.
No, but like, no. So another friend of mine said that too, though.
You don't even have to pay any sort of commission fees to OnlyFans if you go direct to Instagram. Cash App, $50. So bam.
Listen, there's a comedian, a female comedian who literally makes money. Off of, she was literally just putting up pictures doing like, you know what I'm saying, Instagram shit, and motherfuckers pay her money for her feet shots to the point where she has to cover, like when she's like on a beach or anything, she covers her feet because she's like, motherfuckers pay me for that, so like I'm not about to give it to you for free. I was like, what?
But I mean, they will. Like, it has come up. People say, you know, you should start a fans on, you know, only fans pays on your feet, and I'm like, what? No, I'm not doing that. I'm okay. I'm all right. I don't think they need, because they say stiletto. Like I never forget. I was taking pictures at the end of the show with people, and there was a gentleman that started to lick my feet.
I'm out. I'm out.
Just started licking them, and I thought, like, you know, my foot got wet, so I was like, "Dang, somebody made a spill the drink." And I looked down, there's this man licking my feet. Security snatches them. I'm just like, what did I get myself into?
How am I the only one fucking laughing? That's hilarious.
Rebrand.
Hold on. No, I apologize for every nigga everywhere, like from the bottom of my heart.
I don't, because that's only corny ass dudes that do that.
No.
Let them identify themselves.
This is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? We laughing because the shit is fucking hysterical. But that shit can be creepy as footballs. And now you look like, now I come over and I'm like, oh, you got your feet out. I'm like, oh, Stiletto, I see you with your toes. You're like, oh my God, he was creeping me out. Like that's what I be feeling like be happening, son. Like motherfucking creepy ass dudes do shit, and then we compliment the same thing that this creepy ass dude just randomly did. And then now we look like creeps. It's like, I just said nice toes, bitch. Like, what the fuck is happening?
I got a question. Like, not like in a creepy way, but in your opinion, do you have nice feet? Like in a, I don't know what nice feet look like generally, but just like you look down and they're like all the toes are there.
Not in a creepy way.
If I get my, as soon as
there was no possible way.
When I get my feet done, I always post my feet because I have fans that have foot fetishes, so they want to see the feet. Give them the feet.
Yo,
give them the toes.
You open this can of worms, Stiletto. What's the price point? All right, let your fan base know.
What's the 25 spot get me, doggy?
Hey yo, Stiletto, peanut butter between your toes.
Is it cheating if I only get feet?
Peanut butter between the toes. What's the price package for this?
I just posted. Like I said, I love
Oh
my
my
feet,
God,
my
son.
nails. They got. I just love to keep. Both
So if I'm
active.
random fan of Stiletto and I'm in your DM and I'm like, damn, I love your comedy.
Yo.
I love the last picture of your feet. What's it cost to get peanut butter between their toes?
Hey, cool question.
What
How much
does
it cost for? I only need 4 toes though. How much for just the 4 toes? Not the whole foot, just 4 toes.
Yo, y'all creeping her. Y'all listen. She just told you some nigga randomly came and licked her toes. Now you trying to put shit on her toes to lick off? You fucking weirdos.
I didn't say that shit. I didn't.
Like nigga, what the fuck is happening right now, son?
He said that shit.
Like,
I was just
I did.
curious.
It was
Terrance
me
is
because
literally
it was,
about to get in trouble, son, and it ain't by nobody but his wife.
I agree,
Like,
and it's funny.
That guy.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you, Stiletto. It's just there's some creepy motherfuckers out here. Like that. It's
Yeah,
you
you
can't even. It's not even deniable. You're just like whatever. I just imagine this motherfucker from like 3 feet away was like,
right, just out of nowhere.
I will
so,
say,
like, was it a high stage or was it like look, listen?
Okay, so
Was it like a high stage?
You come out the comedy show. Like you're standing there with your merchandise and things like that, and you're taking pictures with people. So I wasn't on the stage anymore. I was like out in the lobby area.
so he just got on all fours and just on the floor,
Yes.
just belly down, just.
Please tell me he was a skinny dude. Please tell me he was a skinny
like,
dude.
And it was just like, what is that? Why?
Did someone bring their dog?
Was it a skinny dude? Was it? Please tell me it was a skinny dude. Don't make it a fat dude. Was it a fat dude?
I don't even remember what he looked like. I just know I kicked.
Good.
is that an emotional support animal?
I just kicked and security swooped him and it was just like everybody just kind of stood there quiet and I was like,
No more pictures, guys. He fucked it up for us all.
I can't. I don't know. I don't even know where to go from there, dog. Like I'm
I will
so
say,
lost. I'm so fucking lost.
I know a comic who has
That
a foot
licks
fetish.
somebody. Oh no, I have a foot fetish. I have a foot fetish, but I don't have a foot fetish where I drop down on fours and start licking people's toes, nigga. I don't have that type of foot fetish.
Neither do I. Neither does he. But I will. What I find funny is that they, you know how they usually put up like hot chicks in the front so he can open toe shoes in the front row.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm with that though. I would like listen. All right. So this is the fucked up part, right? Feet are fucking amazing. Hold on, pause it. They're like, because all right, how do I explain this?
No,
if a woman takes care of her feet, she takes care of everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the furthest. That's
a
the furthest.
A woman's feet are indicative of how she cares for herself. Yes,
exactly, bro. So like, it's like when you get a woman that like has really great feet, like it's like, oh, boom, like you know it's awesome.
Right.
But I don't have a sexual fetish for feet.
Okay.
Whereas like I think like you know
what?
Good answer. This isn't Family Feud. We're not doing good answer. Good answer.
Why not?
I mean, hold on, what the fuck? How do you
Eddie,
transition?
Eddie, you're turning a little red. You're getting a little bit burgundy over there.
Hold on, son. Because this thing. Hold on. and then, listen. I've heard like I've had feet on my dick. I've licked some toes. I've never fucked a foot. I've never like you talking about the cupping joint? Like they put the feet together.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like why not? Yeah, I'm a freak. Fuck it. I don't.
That's
care.
a lot of reasons why not. But go ahead.
No, there's a lot of reasons why not to not. Exactly. Wait. Double negative meaning to go ahead and do it.
To not. There's not enough reason to not.
I want new friends. I really
I want a new podcast at this point.
What the fuck is happening?
I've gone, I don't know how many damn episodes. I'm tired of sitting here saying I'm gonna get in trouble, and I ain't said shit that's gonna get me in trouble. Well, damn it, I'm gonna do it today.
Don't get in trouble with your wife if you're not like this. There's only two ways this goes. Either you about to get off the podcast and your wife's gonna be like, "Who fucking feet were you fucking?" Or why are you putting our business out there? Like that's the only two ways that it goes.
Like Mr. Miyagi and slap.
Thank you.
Start a fire.
We know what's happening.
She know what she dealing with.
We know what's happening.
So he's trying to set up his freak for the night.
Imagine this is some KY. I just.
Come on, baby. I bring them toes.
Is that?
I cannot,
I think that
yo.
redefines a footlong like completely differently now.
Oh my god! Son.
I need 2 feet. Wait,
I
what?
want to get all. I want to get all this conversation.
I really
so
love
bad.
it when my woman breaks her foot off in our sex life.
Yeah.
I mean, if she flat-footed, she's mine. I
I
need
can't do this shit. This
Cute
Terrance
face
is
in
wild,
place.
bro.
flat feet and a big behind.
I'm not towing any lines today, baby.
Nigga, butter boom, nigga.
Put your best foot forward.
Let's keep going, yo. Fucking shit. Where do I go from here?
Hey, where do you
No,
go?
all right. I don't, nigga. We started with feet. I had all these questions in my head, and now I'm fucked because
Okay, so let's briskly move away from the feet and ask you, Stiletto,
No.
how did you get your name?
I was gonna say, there we go. That's a perfect
That is
segue.
so sweet. So my dad gave me my name. He loves knives, and I'm actually named after a knife, Stiletto dagger. So that's where
Okay.
the name comes from.
Interesting.
Oh, I didn't know. Hold up. So, hold on. Stiletto, your real name Stiletto?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What?
Sorry.
I don't know if she's lying at this point.
Yeah, I know,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
Are you disappointed?
I don't know if she
No,
got
I didn't know
warrants
your
or
real
not.
name was Stiletto. I thought, like, because you always had it.
Or my
I
name
thought
be
it was
like Pamela or something.
no. I might have. Yeah.
I
would've
think
said
Eddie's being
Epiphany.
racist. I think Eddie's
Would've
saying
said
that like
Epiphany.
black comics
How?
just don't have
How?
use their real names.
How am I being racist? I put the black people on one side and the others on the other side.
That you did. Unity.
You did.
UNITY.
You straight up segregated.
You did. You see how you did that?
Straight up segregated.
No, so fuck. No. So I didn't. Now I feel stupid because one, I thought
You
your
should.
name was off of shoes. No, I'm being serious. I thought your name was off of shoes, and then I didn't know there was a such thing as a stiletto
A
knife.
stiletto dagger. That's where the shoe,
But-
why the shoe is shaped the way it is. It's at a point at the end because the dagger is like that.
Please hold.
Look, you can find out shit every day. So stiletto. So you was just like, I don't need like to use my last name. I'm just saying shit.
I
Stiletto.
mean, I
That shit
use
works.
my last name like if you go on my Facebook, people be like, "Well, oh my goodness, your last name is really Cash," and I'm like, "Yeah, like my."
See, that's why I
like,
thought you. I'm telling you, this is why I
Yeah.
thought your name was like
and then
a stage
at
name.
one- and then that's why
I
you
did
know,
too.
You did. Oh wow. I mean, most people.
But I'm white. I have that
Stuff
excuse,
like that all
Eddie.
my life,
There's
so
no
it's cool.
excuse for you. There's no excuse
First off,
for you.
how many black people do you know that like fucking daggers, nigga?
There
like,
you go.
that's
There's the
one.
dagger. He's showing us. Yep.
Oh, it's like the needle from fucking
Yeah, so, like, that's why the stiletto shoe is so
It's like the
pointed,
from
shit
Game
from
of Thrones.
Clue.
It's needle.
very sleek and see.
Man.
Okay.
No, I thought it was a stage name. Like, motherfucker, how am I racist? What the fuck?
It's okay. At
No,
least
I said it's expected for me, Eddie. It's expected.
No,
for
it's
me to be
expected
like,
from
that's a
everybody. Her
stage
name's
name.
Stiletto Cash,
You should have
asshole.
known better, fella. Should have known better, fella.
Branding.
Stiletto.
Wow.
Right, that's
Way
what
to
I
go,
thought it
Eddie.
was. I thought it was like Stiletto, bring me the cash. Like, I didn't know.
that would be hot. I should have used that a long time ago.
Nigga, I thought you already were.
Stiletto,
Write
bring
that
me
down.
the cash. Like I didn't think about
Yeah, run that cash with a dagger.
Run that cash, shine. Nah, but so like, all right, Stiletto.
Oh,
but
she
you
makes
run-
all the
so you
money
running
wearing
all these-
stilettos.
You running all these shows out of it. You running all these shows out of Baltimore, DC, the DMV area, right? And now you're on the road. Like, is that what you want to do? Is like, are you want to be one of those comics that is like the James Brown comics, kind of what Capone was saying last week, where it was like, fuck, I don't really need the clubs. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a middleman.
I don't know. My goal is just to be a household name, whatever that looks like. However, I get to that goal is cool with me. Whether I'm home, whether I'm in the DMV, out of the DMV, I just love what I do. I like making people laugh. It doesn't matter to me how that happens, where that takes place, or anything like that. So,
Yeah,
on my
it's
phone, I have this different answer.
I mean, everybody's answer is gonna be their
I
answer.
have no idea.
Lloyd, everybody on this podcast, all three of us have different ways of how we think everything should go. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we
I
want
just
the
think it's
different
gonna
answers.
happen in the way it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? My goal is to, wherever I'm performing, wherever I'm at, just to leave my mark on that, and let the blessings flow how they flow. I'm all into making things bigger and better, buying real estate, opening comedy clubs, opening lounges, things like that. My mind is always like, how can you constantly be on the tip of someone's tongue, just always like, where's Stiletto? Where's Stiletto doing? Just keep saying my name. I just love it.
Pause.
So
So many
however that
pauses.
works.
Bigger, better, tip of the tongue.
Right.
Got it. Never mind. Don't worry about it. In my
You
head,
would
I'm
go
just
there.
like, nigga, this was so many pauses if I was to say it that way.
For a guy that doesn't like dick jokes, you sure are making a lot of dick references
It's
in
no
your brain.
dick joke there. No. See, you know what, Terrance? I don't. Stiletto, like, all right, we'll do it since you wanted to bring it up. Stiletto, do you like?
You see him? He's stuttering. That's how bad I
Nah,
fucking.
nah,
I
let's
think
do
it
it.
turned
Let's
Let's do
You
it.
can do
I was going to keep going, but you know, since Terrance
Go
wanted to
ahead,
fucking
Mahogany.
stop the train, you do dick jokes, Stiletto?
I'm a grown up, so I talk about grown up shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No,
Stiletto.
nigga. No, nigga. She said she's a grown up. She talks grown up shit. She didn't say she do straight dick. She's not like,
I mean,
That
hey.
includes-
if there is a penis involved in a funny
you.
story that I want to tell, I don't negate the penis.
No, Yo,
I
Terrance is trying to
definitely
change his
embrace
answers
it.
right now. No, Terrance
I
likes to do
embrace it.
straight dick jokes.
I
Terrance
mean,
like to
what
be
is a
like,
straight dick joke.
Well, you just- I don't like who has a dick like my dick's so big, blah blah blah,
Well, I
or
don't have
the
my
dick
is
was
not-
like
I
this,
don't
blah
have
blah
one of
blah.
them, so I can't say
Right.
my dick is so big. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of wouldn't work.
Nah, but females have
Bless your
female
D-Lo.
dick.
Shut up.
And then you have a book bag. Okay.
Multiple.
That's an inside joke. All right. No, either way, fuck you, Terrance, for stopping the train, you asshole.
But I mean, I talk very, when I have parts of my, my set that are very grown up that do touch on, the anatomy of everyone and things of that nature. I just don't think to me, there's a line you can cross as a female comedian where you don't want to be too vulgar. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't want to be considered vulgar, but you are still adult. So you're going to say, it's just certain words that you can use to kind of soften the blow or even, be more clever with the setup of it that implies it. And people go,
But
I call my my lady part, my edible arrangement. You know what I mean? People
I've heard that joke.
oh, that's so, then they going home telling them, man, eat the edible arrangement. You know what I mean? So it makes them happy.
So I mean, like we've had this conversation with a lot of females that have been on the show, right? Like, do you think that? How do I want to phrase this correct way, right? Like, because I feel like a lot of female comics, they do talk about sex or sexual things, like sexual stories and all that stuff. Do you think that like keeps y'all close and like you like it's not? I can't find the word. It's like category, but it doesn't separate y'all a lot. Do you think that, or do you think everybody telling it is different? Because I feel like a lot of females,
pigeonholed.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of females pigeonhole themselves because a lot of females are talking about sexual stories, and I get it. I do understand it, but like it's like that fantasy. Like you get dudes in the audience, whatever. Like everybody's reverse. Right? Of like if it's a male comic, some male comics do this shit because there's a lot of females in the audience. And then I see a lot of female comics though because it might be a lot of males in the audience. But do you think it pigeonholes you guys in the sense of like if you didn't talk sex, it would be way funnier? Do you think that or no?
I
mean, think you should just do
I
what you
don't
do?
think I love when people say female comics talk, that sometimes they talk a lot about sex. And I'm like, what male comic doesn't talk a lot about sex? So to me, now you're like, I feel like people will put you in that. And it's like, how can you? When I can point out five male comics that just went up on the mic and said, if not damn near, come suck it right now, or whatever that is they want to say that they thought was funny, they got their laughs. But people want to hold on to, of course, anything negative. Anything that they can throw at you negative to make you feel like you're less funny or you wouldn't be funny without your vagina. Things like that they're going to do. So to me, I'm like, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean? If I feel like I want to talk about this tonight, I'm going to talk about this. Now, I will say this. I don't like any comic that's just in one zone, that only stays in that pocket. Whether it's you talking about drugs, weed, sex, whatever that is. I like the diverse thought process. Take me on a journey. If your life is what this is, and speak your truth. I mean, I think that us as female comedians really need to get out of giving a fuck what anybody says, and especially as a brown female comedian, because peach female comedians can get away with talking about sex and go hard, and it's not even a thing. It's just like, oh my gosh, I mean, listen to her, she's wow, woo, did she just say that? When a lot of the times in the brown community, oh, she raunchy, ew, oh my. But I do, you know, I'm a little older, so I do clutch my pearls when I hear some female comedians on stage. I'm just like, you could have said that in a much
way better way,
ladylike way. You know
more
what I mean?
couth.
You didn't have to go that far.
I mean, I think that's a deeper conversation. Like, and I'm glad you even said it, right? Because I don't like when male comics do it either. So, like, this is where, like, this is, and I've had this argument with a male comic, right? Like,
Me.
I don't. It's too much shit to talk about than your dick, bro. Like, you could have grew out of your dick a long time. When you started doing comedy at 22, you're now 42 and you're still talking dick. Like, why? That doesn't even make sense.
Their dick?
No,
No.
but it's so it's
but
easy.
we've got to put it in perspective. It's my first toy ever in life, and it's my last one as I pass away. So you fucking right, I'm going to talk about it. It's my greatest friend throughout all of life.
I'm not saying. I think if it's funny, it's funny.
People are going to say something about it. People are going to say something about it.
Right.
People are going to keep, like, you could be talking, like, there's comics that talk about their kids, and their kids are now grown, and you still talk about them in the pretense that they're young. It's comedy. Right. It's performing arts. If your penis is where you want to, your happy place, who the fuck am I?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, nobody. I don't think
it's the option of not listening to my jokes. You have the option of not buying the ticket. And if I don't want a ticket, you can go pee at that moment. Whatever that looks like. But I'm not gonna. I get it. I do understand where you're coming from, because sometimes I listen to a set and I'm like,
move on.
That's all we're gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know as a comic, I judge comics differently than the audience does. So what I don't find to be funny, sometimes the audience is over there dying and enjoying themselves. And if that's what the goal is, for people to enjoy themselves and to laugh and to have a good time, hey, knock yourself out.
I think that's one of the keys, right? Like we always had this argument with everybody we have on, right? We always have a little bit of this conversation with a lot of comedians that we have on, or producer comedians that we have on. And I think, like, if people find you funny, then you go with what people find funny, right? I just think, like, there's certain people that have done certain styles of jokes really, really well, and I don't think they should ever stop doing them. And then there's other people that see those people do certain styles of jokes really, really well, and they try to mimic it because they feel. And I think that's where my biggest issue really lies when it comes to, like, sex jokes, right? Is because it's like you have certain people who do it really, really good. And then, like you said, you have people who are just saying raunchy ass shit to get a crowd reaction. And then it's like
that shock factor. Some people love the shock factor. But if you think about it, some of the greatest people, did you get it? I was waiting.
Yeah, I got it.
Blind as shit.
I saw that shit in the fucking cat. I was like,
on my screen. Okay, so but if you think about it, some of the greats. If you listen to Richard Pryor, if you listen to Eddie Murphy, if you listen to Andrew Dice Clay, if you listen to certain people, they were very sexual. I just think that sometimes people lose the cleverness of you can tell a sexual joke. It just takes more work. Some people don't want to work, and they're not in it for work. They're in it for the attention. They're not in it for the craft. They're in for the attention. So
and that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, even if you've taken somebody's style, you're trying to mimic somebody, and you like, why? For what? Why do you want to be even put in a box? And I mean, it's nice to somebody say, "Oh, you remind me of," but I'd rather you be like, "You are just so Stiletto." I don't want to really remind you of anybody. To be perfectly honest, that's kind of.
But I think that's what human is. Comedy is a real observation of humanity, where you go, "Oh, I want to see you," but but I want to connect you with something else where people understand. Oh, you remind me of, or she reminds me of this. It's like it helps us understand and paint the picture. Because you hear it all the time. It's Stiletto. She's like Dice Clay meets this, meets that, meets this, and you go, Oh, okay.
But you know, the crazy part about it is, as a female comic, people will always, I don't want you to even consider me a female comic. I don't call myself a comedian and then with all these extra N's and E's and things of that nature. I don't think it's necessary. I'm a comic. You know what I mean? Put me on the stage with a female, put me on the stage with a male. I just want to be the best of what it is that I do. And sometimes people will put you in that, you know, they'll be like, oh, she reminds me of this other female comedian or that other female comedian. And it's like, okay.
But dudes, well, we get that with dudes too. So, like, I get the.
Hold on.
On this show, I've been it 3 times. Somebody's like,
when people say that, I'd be like, okay, but you thought you knew where Stiletto was gonna go with, and some shit that I say on stage is just for me. I am not concerned with whether the audience is really gonna feel this joke or not. This one is just for me, and because comedy's my happy place. So
because people forget we have a funny bone too, right? That like. I want my shit to be tickled while I'm going. Like if everybody's up there feeling and everything, that's great. But if I'm doing it dead and empty, it's not the same. I want to be able to enjoy it. I want to be like, that was funny because I think it's fucking funny too. Like there's a big difference between just slinging the jokes and thinking that it's funny.
I think it's very important in 2021 to figure out who you are considered to be like. Like anything that anyone says, oh, you're like so-and-so, or you remind me of this, you go, great. And you go to your YouTube channel and you throw those tags in. Oh, he reminds me of so-and-so. Great. Guess what? I am tagging all of my shit that guy. Just because that is like, if you think that I look like or I act like this, then anyone that likes that guy might like me too.
That's smart. I see what you did there.
I think it's important.
No, but I mean, that's a brand. It's a branding technique, right? Like Lloyd worked in branding, but like it is a branding technique that I think it took me a long time. Me and Lloyd had conversations fucking for the last like 5 years because I despise when people I used to. I don't like. I wouldn't say I do anymore. But when people always be like, "Oh, you're trying to be like Patrice." And I was like, how the fuck am I trying to be like Patrice? And I don't even do half the jokes that Patrice, but that was the thing.
And then you look at the Patrice video, 500,000 views. Great. Guess who I'm
so you
hashtagging.
Just not accepting that shit.
You definitely have to change your mindset because I would have never thought of it that way at all. Because I'm just like, most of the people that somebody compares me to, I sit back and I'm looking and I'm like, no, I hate it. No. Like, I'm immediately changing my wig. I don't because
we're old school.
Like
that's what I said because thank you.
Looking at it from that different perspective, it's like, oh, you know what? I could, you know, it's all about the mindset. Like you really need to like flip what your thoughts are and how you think about things in this business.
Because you know we're old. Like I've been doing comedy 10 years now, and the OGs that taught me was like, oh, you know, you don't want to be like a Russell Peters. You don't want to be like a Joe Coy. Because what happens when you're like them? And you're in the same room with them.
Room as them. Yeah.
And then you go, oh, that makes sense. But YouTube and TikTok, like, oh, you like Russell Peters, then you might like this guy. Right. Oh, you like this guy, you might like Lloyd. And you go, you know what? Let me ride that shit. Because
going over what you just said though, don't be in the same being in the same room, dude. You know what I just realized is that I can't do the security bit no more. Like, and I'm being dead ass, right? Like, I can't do my security. Since I started doing that bit. I started writing that bit fucking 5 years ago, right? I didn't start doing the bit really good until the last 2 years, right? And then now I think I have a bit out of it. And now that I feel like I have a bit out of it, I have now seen 5 different comics that I do not know, that I have no relationship to, do a bit similar to it. And the thing is like as a comic, I don't like being in the same realm as another comic. I know that's hard, right? Like that's really difficult, but that's what makes our greats. Like that's what I always think about, right? Like when I hear like comics talk about, well, you don't do this room well, you don't do this room well, but you only do these type of rooms well. Like I'm like, okay, but are you being unique to yourself? That's all I care about. Like, are you being a comic who's like, I don't see anybody else talking like me out there, so I want to keep talking like me. You get what I'm saying? Like, all my jokes are about me because I'm the only person who has ever had those experiences. But people have similar experiences. But I don't want other comics telling those experiences. So, me and Violence used to say, me and Violence used to say, I got roaches jokes. You remember? Because you remember
don't.
Exactly.
Who
you remember
don't?
back in the day, everybody had a I got roaches joke. Like everybody, a lot of comics were broke. A lot of comics were coming up, or the airline joke on the mainstream side. Every comic was flying, was saying, "Oh man, I just got off the plane. Those peanuts always fucking stale." Am I right? Like that type shit. I don't want any of my jokes to be there.
Once.
You said what?
I didn't laugh at anything that you just said.
Motherfucker, I didn't say they were funny, you bitch. Fuck you, nigga.
I just wanted to let it be known. I've been sitting here bored as shit while you're going through that whole goddamn monologue of whatever terrible airline jokes. I didn't laugh
What's
once.
the deal?
Yeah.
What's the deal? Like, use a ticket. Like, this is why I hate white people, bro. Like not all of them, just the white people that are cool with black people. I'm swear to God, I don't like them.
What should you do? What do you do when you hear a joke that's not just concept wise, but pretty much your joke and maybe a word or two change? How do you guys handle that? I throw the
so
back.
I ran into that, and I talked about it with Eddie. I didn't know how to approach it at first. I got hot. I was like, should I get mad? Should I go and be like, yo, motherfucker, or should I try to be professional? And I was like, well, I'd handle it the way I think it should be handled. So I was like, hey, I've got a joke that's pretty much the exact same. What do you think? And kind of went from there because I was like, you know what? Let me at least get the benefit of the doubt. And turns out that this comic had been doing a very similar joke for however long prior to mine. So it was like, I'm glad I didn't jump the gun. So I think it's just kind of a weird way.
I think I'm in that weird thing where, you know, obviously I'm pigeonholed and I brand it that way. But what I say is not like any other Asian comic you'll find just because my experiences are different. But on the other side, on the technical side, I record all my sets dated. Yeah. I upload it to a private YouTube video. So it's dated.
Me too.
It's timestamp. So if any comic goes, oh yeah, I got a bit just like that, you don't. But you know what?
I have so many unlisted videos on my YouTube channel for that exact reason.
Here's a link. Check the date.
Lloyd made me do that. Lloyd made me switch to the
I've been doing that for years.
I always was just record. I was just recording mine. So I have all of mine on date because they back up online. You know what I'm saying? But I know when I started my security bit. I know when I first said the first couple lines to the shit. But at the end of the day, you just change them. I don't want to sound like nobody. I want to be my own person. I can look like Patrice or give you the feeling of Patrice all you fucking want. I don't want my jokes to sound anything like his. You get what I'm saying?
But you know, I think that it's human nature to associate people with other people that I know. You know, like, oh, you remind me of, and now we're in a place where we can take advantage of it. We should lean directly into that shit.
But to get back to what Stiletto was saying, to how you handle it, you got a leg up, Stiletto, because you got claws. So if you don't like that motherfucker, you can just right their eyeball.
Thundercats.
Actually, listen.
I was about to say, how do you handle it?
I hope you poke somebody's eye out.
I don't poke anybody.
Damn it.
I just be like, listen. I don't even say anything to them. I just go up on the stage and tell the joke like it was written.
Yeah.
So you pull a boss move. You like, you thought you were gonna do my joke. Here's my motherfucking joke.
I mean, like,
how does that work? I'm actually really curious as to how that's going.
I mean, depending on, you know, there's been nights where I'm like, hey, you know, when I get on the stage, I'm like, there was this joke that was said, and I just want to make sure that because it didn't hit the way it should, the way it was supposed to. So let me go ahead and give it to you the way that it was supposed to.
The genuine article
experience.
Oh my god!
Damn!
Barry! Oh my god!
Like, has another comic that wasn't the comic that did the joke said something to you? Did the comic that did your joke come up and say something? Have you ever ran into any issues from that?
I mean, I've never really had anybody run up to me and say anything. I'm not really like
you got the claws on you. You got the claws on you.
No, I think I don't know necessarily how to take it, or how to take it. I'm not, you know, if I have something to say to you, I am a very direct person. I'm going to say what I have to say. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on. Let me clarify though.
I don't.
Let me clarify though. You're saying that somebody did your joke. They didn't do something similar to your joke. They did your joke.
Yeah, they did the joke like in its entirety, and they might have changed a word here or there. Like if you said fingernails instead of fingernails, and like nail beds, you know what I mean? And they were like, "This is totally different. What do you mean?" You know what I mean? And it was like, "This what we doing?"
Actually, now that I'm thinking back, I'll be like, oh man, I need to stay out of this one.
Sometimes you can bring too much attention to somebody that don't deserve the attention by getting upset, by addressing them, because everybody. As soon as a comic comes up to another comic, everybody got their ear like, "What are you
Oh no! Listen, let me be honest.
So to me, I'm not even giving you that type of attention. What I'm gonna do is do what I do. If we're grown. If there's something that you want to say to me at a later time, outside, over here, over there, that's fine with me. We'll address that at that time. But I'm not even gonna bring attention. I'm not gonna go, oh, so and so used my joke. I'm not gonna blast you online. I'm not giving you, almost kind of like what Lloyd was saying. I'm not even gonna give you that much attention. Does Beyonce respond? No.
Hold on. All right.
Just come out with another fucking hit for bitches.
So I'm gonna listen, Lloyd, I think you know what I'm talking about. Damn, I don't. Now you got me stuttering.
I think I do.
Yeah. Because we're not gonna put no names out there. We're not doing that.
Right.
We could though.
Okay. We could, but no, nigga. I like money. I don't know what you talking about. I like money. And I gotta protect my monies. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely. Plus, it's not cool. You just want to be.
Manners maketh the man.
Do you? I think because this solves a lot of shit, right? Do you believe it? Like I believe in effective thinking, right? I brought up my situation because it actually happened to me last night, right? Mm-hmm. And I know it. Like I know it was infected. I know it was. What's the word, Lloyd? Come on, help me out here. When two people in two different places think about the same exact thing. Parallel thinking. I know mine was parallel thinking because I've never met the dude. Mm-hmm. We don't have any connection to each other. We just wind up. I'm not even at the show. I'm pulling up to the show. He does a joke similar, not the same joke. Mm-hmm. Like just the premise is the same. Mm-hmm. I pull up. I go on stage 15 minutes after I pull up. He had already been off stage 30 minutes. So there's no way he would have saw my joke. You see what I'm saying? There's no way I would have saw his. But we have a similar joke. So do you believe that like sometimes things are you both see something and then and so effective thinking and parallel thinking. And what I mean by that is that I think a lot of people come up with jokes that we've seen variations of a joke in our life that we don't remember. And you get what I'm saying? No, but not from another comic.
I've seen people sit in a room at an open mic and just be sitting there. And like I say, maybe your subconscious wrote that joke down and put it in your back pocket. But I've seen it. And then the person, and I may know this particular comic, and that's not even your style. So then when I hear you do it, I'm like, that sounds, as your friend, I'm going to say, oh, that sounds like that. If that's cool. I'm all about concepts. I think that there can always be similarities in concepts. It's always going to cross, just like you said, roaches. Everybody's talking about roaches, but your roach experience may not be the same as someone else's. There are slight differences in that. I don't believe in somebody having that same exact, with the same cadence, with the same voice inflections, with the same time, with the same. I don't believe in that many coincidences. That's just and you're too much when you say something in the same, like I can hear, like I literally, like I can hear it. If you put the joke side by side, there's no way that you can wiggle out of that. Whether you say nail bits or fingernails, you're still saying the same thing. So it's just, and like I said, you pick your battles. Is it worth it? You know what I mean? There's certain jokes that I hear to this day that I know for a fact that I did. And I just let it go because it's not even worth it because I got more material. You're not even delivering it correctly. So the impact that it has when you say it out your mouth is just, it's like you sneeze. It's cute. I'm flattered. Thank you.
See, I normally get into it with newer comics that do it. And
I'm okay with newer comics because I know they ain't going nowhere. Like
no.
You gonna make money at this open mic? I'm okay with that.
No. You know why I don't like that shit? Because I've seen this shit for myself. Where motherfuckers, you do a joke out of state with a new comic, and they go back to their state and do the joke. And then when you go visit the state, they motherfuckers think that you stole their joke.
When you see that comic, sometimes and this is sometimes in your back of your mind, you watching comics that you've seen 100 times on stage.
Oh, I don't watch comics anymore.
And then all of a sudden you see them everywhere, and they doing all these shows, and you're like, when did you get funny?
I have departed. See, that's the thing. I have departed funny from getting booked. I've seen too many comics that I know for a fact aren't funny, but they go on a stint and you go, oh yeah, that's because you got booked doesn't mean you're funny. It just means you're good at getting booked.
They booked.
But then when you say, but some people are paying for their own bookings, Yeah. We know those folks that are, you're paying to be there. You're part of the audience damn near. But we appreciate you putting up all your dates. But there are people that when you see them out of town, you look at and you're listening to their set and you're like, you know that ain't your shit, right? Like,
none of that shit.
And bumped into people who didn't know that somebody from their hometown or nearby or had seen them is there, and they're clearly doing other jokes.
Other people's jokes.
I mean, you even got people doing Def Jam jokes and stuff like that, especially to a younger crowd that may not have seen that era. And they got characters that are similar, and you just sitting there like, oh, now I understand why how you got fun. Like I said,
no, we talking about that, but that shit is
like, when did you get funny? I gotta see you again because
we're both producers, so we see. Like I don't, and I personally don't watch comics in my city anymore. Like purposely, actually, I really don't even watch comics. I book people off of other people who don't do comedy. Like I try my best to book people off of other people who don't do comedy. Like dead ass. Like Loy already knows. My brother Cuddy watches comics. We'll go to shows. I'll go. My brother doesn't smoke. He'll see people and then be like, yeah, that person funny. Rashawn, our mutual friend, goes to live shows, doesn't do comedy.
I love Rashawn.
But hey, I'm thinking about booking a show, boom. So my boy like I have people who watch comedy who don't go to comedy. Nobody knows I know them, right? We hang out outside of comedy, right? And they'll tell me like, hey, yeah, I saw such and such. They were funny. That's how I book now. Because I can't do this shit no more because too many parts of what you're saying right now, I've seen. You get what I'm saying? Like of motherfuckers, like how did you get funny? But because we gotta rap real fast. But I don't think people, and you can give your opinion on it. I don't think people understand that booking is not about funny. Similar to what Lloyd just said. It's who is coming to see you, bruh. Are people coming to see you or not? If nobody comes to see you, I don't care.
And I will say that sometimes that's the case. And unfortunately for me, when I'm looking at people and I watch your entire production, I think that's why sometimes it's not very good because you are booking people off of, instead of being a promoter and being somebody that can put people in the building yourself, you're relying on a lot of the talent, not everybody, but there's a lot of people that are relying on that talent, and that talent is coming through and stinking up the place. And unfortunately, now you've made it's hard now for people to want to come see comedy because they're like, I just went to this show, it was trash. Yes, the person's got 7 million views, likes or, whatever followers or whatever the case, but they weren't that good. Like, to me, if you're going to be smart about it, put that person on a show and find you some actual funny people. Then that way you can mask the bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like a crab cake. You can add some filler and some real crab meat. And then voila, you have, a delicious item. But
see, I don't do
Instagram. Filler on the show. You got people in the seats, but are those people, quality people on top of that? I like people that spend money, buy drinks, eat food, patronize the establishment. Just being in the building is not good enough for me. Shaking your ass in the building don't do nothing for me at all.
So we and you are on the same page I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you ever look at who I book, but me and you on the same page. I don't book Instagram. I don't do Instagram comments. Me and Lloyd knows it. I'm being very nice about how I'm saying this right now. Hey, I don't do Instagram comments at all.
I mean, because I don't knock nobody hustle. Yeah, hustle. If you out there,
I do comedians that do Instagram. I don't do comedian comments. I'm not booking you off Instagram.
Funny on the stage. That's me personally. I need to understand that you're. I get it. I understand what age we're in. This is technology. Get online. Do this and do that. And I'm all for people that can do both. But if you can't do both, stay in your lane. Keep doing this or whatever it is that you do, and
Yeah,
Yo.
I think that if you do find yourself in a situation, this goes out not to you, Stiletto, but like anyone listening is like, hey, if you just happen to find yourself more popular on social media than you are good at comedy, book your shows, but be the host. Do 5-10 minutes up front, do a couple minutes in between. People came see you, but hire murderers to close the show out.
Put yourself in the best position. Make yourself look good. I don't understand why you're headlining when that is not your lane. Host, let them get a touch of you, feel you. It's your personality they're attracted to. Go with that. Make it work.
Dope.
What you got going on, Stiletto? Tell everybody what you got going on.
Oh my goodness, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, but the most important thing I have going on is the Stiletto show. Yes, I'm working, I'm booked, I'm busy. I love it. I got a lot of shows coming up, but the Stiletto show is next Friday. It is Friday, June the 25th. Is my personal production that I put together, and it only comes through every now and again just because I'm super busy, but I love my city, so I put on for Baltimore, and so it'll be in Baltimore, Maryland, and it's gonna be great. So if you're looking for tickets, hit me up, or you can go to stiletto1.eventbrite.com, get your tickets, be in the building. You never know what's gonna happen at my show. I put different stuff, not just comedy. It comes from it. You're gonna love it. You need to. That's why I call it the Stiletto experience. It's a whole experience.
And where can they find you? What's your socials?
Oh, you can always find me. Okay, so at Stiletto Funny on IG and on Twitter, and then Stiletto Cash Smith on Facebook, and also just Comedian Stiletto. And you can go to my website, comedianstiletto.com. So you can find me everywhere. You can find me anywhere. Just look for me. Google me.
Still, got you.
Perfect.
Love you guys. Let's get out of here. Bye.
Bye.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it.